Hey guys, in this video, I want to show you guys how to do a draw 5 Maliss Fiendsmith combo that is so easy and in-engine, and it's very, very easy to pull. So I think all you guys need to know it because the end on Griffin and on all that stuff is just so extra. I've been doing this since YCS El Salvador. My current tournament record is something along the lines of 20 wins and 2 losses, 20 wins and 3 losses, something like that. In the like YCS setting, in Top Cut, in Bubble. It's pretty good with the deck. So I'm going to show you guys, this is an over 2 YCSs, something along those lines. All the wins get jumbled up, you know. So I'm going to show you guys right now how to do it. Before we get started on this, make sure to smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. Congrats to Jesse for winning the event. And let's go. So this combo is going to be using 3 cards. It will be Maliss, Bystial, Fiendsmith is what we're playing. The beauty of this combo is it does not matter if it's a Maliss normal summon or a special summon. It does not matter if it's a Fiendsmith brick or not. In Rise of Fiendsmith, the Luri and Lacrima suck because you always want to normal the ice, but because in this version that I'm going to show you, I already have the deck profile, you're playing such a small amount of Maliss normal summons that Luri and Lacrima are almost your preferred normal summon. Sometimes you even track -1 to get the Lacrima to ensure this resolves. If you do not draw the Lubellion, which is only one that's a 3 of, but Lubellion is such a god card, equals draw 2 in this deck. I'll show you why. This could be Engraver and it'll equal a draw 1. So hands of Luri and Engraver Underground is still a draw 4. With Lubellion, draw 5. It doesn't need Lubellion, but it's cool. You could even make it draw 6, but this is just my draw 5 combo. If this was Tracked or Engraver, this could be Dormouse. Alright, so first thing, you always summon the Fable Luri. Always, when you summon something like this, look a little upset or something, like do something like that, because they're going to like, ha ha ha, they break, bro. But they don't know that you got Underground. So you're going to go into Requiem. Requiem will make, go Lacrima. Lacrima will send Engraver. Then you're going to go into Requiem. This is all in engine. And of course, depending what your opponent stops, things will differ. This is where draw 1 comes. Lubellion in this deck will always equal the Necroquip plus the regain draw. And it applies so much pressure, it's insane. When they see Lubellion and this stuff, I'm telling you right now, they are sweating immediately. You are going to save this, but you're going to draw 1. So this will be our 1 random draw of our actual other deck. This is the 3 cards how it is. You could make a 2-card combo. This all, like... Fiendsmith is a 1-card combo. Maliss is a 1-card combo. They're all 1-card combo starters. And Lubellion, it applies too much pressure. It's a draw 2 infinite engine. Like, Lubellion's a bomb. It's a true bomb. People don't understand the power of Regain. It's crazy what Regain does in a Maliss deck, even a Fiendsmith deck. So our first draw is out of the way. And then we're going to do our very first Nibiru check. So we're going to summon Engraver and then go Luri. At this point, most people will Nibiru right now. However, they might not because they saw Lubellion, but they know that Caesar will cook them hard. They don't know you're not Trip Gaming. They just showed that he's playing Maliss, Bystial, Fiendsmith. Most likely, a Nibiru will get dropped here. However, we have another Nibiru check a little bit later, just in case if they hold it. So next, you're going to go into Sequence. And the reason why I love this deck more than Rise of Fiendsmith is, again, we started this combo with Luri so far. Luri's the biggest brick in Fiendsmith Rizal. There's so many special summons in Maliss that it synergizes so much better as a dual engine. Where whether it's Lacrima or Luri or Tracked or Engraver, you'll have 7 Fiendsmith starters and you have 8 Maliss starters. Whether the Lubellion's there or not, doesn't matter. Just a Fiendsmith and Maliss combo on its own is draw 4 plus auto win like 8 interruptions with draw 4. So it just, but this is, Lubellion's too powerful. I believe it still needs to be played. At this point, you're going to activate Sequence's effect, putting back the Fiendsmith cards to make the Desiree. At this point, your opponent is crying for help. I'm telling you guys right now, they are crying for help. They know they're about to get absolutely obliterated. So at this point, since you passed a nib check, you have 2 choices. You could, at this point, Magnamut away the Necroquip, and then go into Lubellion. The opponent will then guaranteed have to Nibiru you, but you are already past the Nibiru check, so it is literally irrelevant because they would Nibiru you there. But before you do the Underground, I like to go Lubellion. You could save it for later, and if this was Dormouse over Underground, let's say you start with Tracked and Dormouse, like there's so many variations of this, at least a 1 extra summon. In that case, I would summon the Dormouse. What are they going to do? Nibiru, you'll just Magnamut the mouse and obliterate them. This is where the Lubellion comes in as a crazy bomb with the Maliss. Like the Maliss and Bystial synergize perfect. Fiendsmith, Maliss synergize perfect. Bystial and Fiendsmith even synergize perfect because at the conclusion of this, you could summon this. What we're going to do here, we're going to banish the equip, use Magnum at the end phase, because this is the final Nibiru check. I personally guarantee there's no human being on the planet that will not Nibiru you. We're not playing Caesar. We're guaranteeing no matter what that your full Malice combo will resolve, and they're giving you a free token to play with. So at this point, guarantee they don't have it. But they also don't have it at the beginning. So you're going to resolve the Lubellion here, and you're going to get regained. And now, when your opponent's like, oh, what's next, bro? Are you going to make Agnumde? Hell no. We only play good cards in the deck. Then we're going to go into Malice Underground. Malice Underground is going to go into Mouse. You're going to special the Mouse. Mouse will special the Rabbit. Rabbit will set GWC. You're going to take the sequence. You recognize how we do not care about imperm. You could imperm anything. I do not give a shit. You do not need to equip the sequences right away. Use this as link material. This is where the synergy is absurd. Where Malice is absurd, where it gets a free link 2. This is why the Charmers are crazy in this deck too. All the link 2s. Why are you playing Splash Mage bullshit when you can just play sequence, get a fucking Desiree, get 2 pops, all that, negate everything. But these, now you got yourself a free Red Ransom. So you got yourself a Red Ransom. Red Ransom will trigger getting an Underground in hand. This is very vital. You're going to then equip the sequence. Then you could keep the Rabbit if you like, or use this. At this point, try to save the GWC for later. Right now you have an Underground, you have these 2 in the field. At this point, I'm taking the Lubellion and the Red Ransom, and I'm making SP. The reason why you want to make SP at this scenario is you're going to be bringing back SP later in the combo for free. Banishing the Ransom. Remember, you already guaranteed 100 billion% pass in a Nibiru check. No person on God Green Earth is letting that resolve with the Lubellion. So at this point, you're going to trigger the Ransom to a special cat. Give me 1 sec to find my Chessie cat. Chessie cat, come to daddy. 1 sec. Oh, there it is. So then we're going to banish the Ransom, specialing Ransom and cat. If you remember the specific Underground that we searched originally, we were even if we began with Mouse, we are never activating the Underground you search with Ransom. You are never activating it with ever. If for some reason, if you're going second and you're dealing with interruptions and you can't get you need to use this Underground, let's say you start something else, that's totally fine, because you could always set MTP first over GWC, and then MTP basically searches the Malice that you draw 2 with. I'm not playing Malice. This deck is control Malice. You're trying to draw with all the draw power possible, even Lizard. We're drawing with Lizard in the combo. So we already drew, guaranteed, with Necroquip. We already drew, guaranteed. We're going to get the guaranteed draw of Cat with the Underground. But if we didn't, we get MTP search or Malice, then you resolve Cat to banish. So we're going to get 2 more draws here, just 2 whatever cards. Now you're left with a board like this. I mean, it's a pretty beautiful board, obviously. And now we're left with a choice. Now, you could link Decoder if you want, but at the end of the day, it's just essentially wasting a card for nothing. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the SP and the cat, and we're now going to make the binder. Going to put the binder over there. And now we are going to use Binder's effect on summon. A little bit of a noob check, I guess, but not really. At this point, you're going to take an extra Dormouse that was in the graveyard. You're just going to banish a Dormouse. Dormouse is the card that you prefer. You could do anything. You can even put cat back, because you want something else. You only put your ratio here is 3 mouse, 1 cat, 1 rabbit. So I want the cat back in deck for next turn. So you're going to put the cat back. You're going to now draw your 4th card with Branded Regain, putting back the cat. So your draw count now is at 4 draws. You drew from Necroquip. You drew from 2 from Chessie Cat. And we drew 1 from Branded Regain. Now we're going to get another draw off here, where immediately right after in this game state, we're going to go GWC. At this point, you have a choice. So what you can do here, it all depends on the extra cards you have. So if you have 1 extra extender, which there are plenty in the deck. It could be, at this point, Attract and Engraver, because you started with Lurie. It could be, there's a plethora of cards. It could be, we normal summon Lurie. It could be any Bystial. I'm just going to see these random 4 cards. So we have double Veiler, Ash, Engraver. So at this point, Engraver would give us another draw, but I don't want to depend if we're going to draw an extender or not. Also, with the random 2 cards that we're going to start our turn with, so we have 6 cards in hand currently. What we're going to do instead is we're just going to, I think we have the, let me see, let's do some quick math. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these in the grave. This is going to look a little crazy, but trust me, we're going to make Closed Moon. Then you're going to activate GWC, banishing the binder, specifically special summoning the Red Ransom, gaining 2,300 life points, and then using this to get your 5th draw of the turn, specialing the binder. Moon could very easily, instead of Moon, you could very easily summon Lizard at this point, over the Moon. Just as an example, this is to get your 6th draw. So we got our next draw. We have to resolve GWC. You want this because you don't play TB11. TB11's for bums. You really don't need that card. You go Binder, reset the GWC. That's how you do it. TB11 is a waste of a card. I'm telling you, you do not need it whatsoever. At this point, you could draw your 6th card of the turn by banishing the Lizard to draw. This is especially better when you're siding 3 Thrust, Talents, and Sanctum or Barrier versus the deck you're playing. At this point, you drew 6 cards in your turn. You have 2 random cards. This is now your hand. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 hand traps in our hand. Baldrake is adding another. We're going to have 7 hand traps at the end because Bagdema's going to add Baldrake. We're going to get to a situation where we're actually going to be having to discard cards from our hand. Kind of annoying. I don't want to discard cards, you know. So at this point, you could put these 2 into. If you knew you were going to go the Lizard line, you would put back the SP with the regain over the Chessy Cat, and you would end on an SP. But in this line, we're going to do something different. I just wanted to show you the possibilities. It's draw 6 with Lizard, but if it's not Lizard, you go Closed Moon and you make a bow. So what we're going to do in this scenario is, because we're not bots and we're going to play with what we had in our hand, we are going to just use the Engraver and the Track because we just started with normal summon Lurie. This is a very common occurrence where you start with normal Lurie or Lacrima or whatever it might be. So you get the Lurie afterwards. Then putting these into your Abao. You could keep Binder on field over the Ransom because you're going to have an SP to end your turn. You're going to then, we're going to have to discard at the end phase, which is very unfortunate in our draw 6 combo. We're going to use Abao to discard. I'm going to discard an Underground because we're going to search an Underground for free on the follow-up anyways. And then we're going to respecial the SP. And then on the end phase, we're going to summon the Abao. Adding Baldrake. YouTube comments. If I forgot what the situation is. Am I allowed in this specific scenario to say, all right, end phase, I bypass my discard? I don't think I can do that. So we're going to be adding the Baldrake. Wherever my Baldrake is. Oh, there it is. We're going to be adding the Baldrake. And then I think we're going to have to discard. So, I mean, in this scenario, you're probably never going to resolve Nib anyways, but I'm just going to discard a Veiler just for fun. And then you're going to pass your turn on this. Now, the beauty of this is I'm not going to have to begin to explain. This is 6 hand traps in hand. This is GWC, get never-ending follow-up. You're going to get Abao drawing infinite cards. This is literally your turn. This is your turn 1 board. I've been doing this nonstop all tournament. This is your turn 1 board. You cannot lose. There's no need for Griffin. There's no need for any of this extra stuff. I don't even play Cryptor. I play specific cards that are great going second, and you play plus control version of Maliss. There's no situation in the world. I have never in my life lost a duel where I got to summon Ransom and Binder. I've never lost a match in my life where I got to summon those cards. In this way you play the deck. And that's how you auto win. So on the opponent's turn, at some point, you're going to Paradise from the... no, not Paradise. So you have this, you have this, you have this. This will end up banishing this to draw and come back. So you're going to end up drawing from Regain. So on the opponent's turn, you're going to draw from Regain. On the opponent's turn, you're going to draw from Binder. On the opponent's turn, you're going to search Maliss, another Maliss and Underground. Where are all the Undergrounds? You're going to search another Maliss and Underground on the opponent's turn. And you're going to set MTP as well on the opponent's turn. So that means you're also going to search a Dormouse. I remember you put back Cat. So as far as follow-up is concerned, You're going to have these 4 on the opponent's turn on top of these 6 cards. On top of that, Regain Magnamut will get you a Druisworm at the end phase as well. So, like, it's so absurd. Your end, like your opponent has to deal with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 interruptions because you're also banishing 3 from the opponent's grave. So your opponent has to deal with 11 interruptions. 11 fucking interruptions, if you heard that correctly. And then to start your turn, a Bow and SP or a Bow and Binder or whatever it might be are coming back. You're going to draw literally 6 cards with this card. And you have on top of that 2 random draws, which is Tracked Fualos. You're going to have a Bystial. You're going to have a Dormouse that you get with this. And you're going to have another Underground for your grave to continue. How can you possibly lose? So this is how I play Maliss. That's 11 cards on the follow-up. You have so many cards on the field that they might need to have a 4th row of cards, a 4th column of cards. That is my Maliss combo. If you guys want to learn more about Maliss Fiends with Bystial, I hope it does not get obliterated on the battle list. I think it is by far the best deck. And in my testing, it has by far the best win rate. I played over hundreds of duels with... My testing for these last few formats have been absurd. More Rise of Fiendsmith than you can imagine. More pure Rise than you can imagine. Maliss Fiendsmith Bystial simply has the highest win rate. Because its capability to play 20 hand traps going second, its capability to have absurd amount of utility flex spots in the extra deck, not relying on one specific way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! One game plan, like, oh, if I get Lancia, I don't care. I have pictures on Twitter against my opponent where I got Lancia 3 times, literally 3, like back to back to back and 3. I thought it was impossible too, while I had Gold Sark and Underground in my hand, and I still won that duel. I have another replay where I got double Lancia and I got Underground, double Lancia and Solemn Judgmented, but I won just off Fiendsmith and Druisworm. There's so many ways to play around Lancia, where if you're playing pure Malice, you get obliterated to that card. So that's the video. I just want to show you guys my combo on Maliss Fiends with Bystial. Going first is better, going second is better, versus interruptions is better. I'm telling you, your opponent is sweating. If you guys have ever played in a matchup against Maliss, I guarantee you're like, I hope there's no Fiendsmith. I guarantee you guys have been there. If you see Fiendsmith, I guarantee you got almost sweat a bit. You're like, oh. It's more consistent, has more starters, it's just more reverse stuff. It's simply just better. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Peace.